cannot say that. You can't say that. What's up, fam? Okay, so today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I know usually, well not usually, but recently I've been doing vlogs every day, Monday through Friday, but I got a few comments recently that were like, hey, I missed your sit down video. So I figured we've missed so many FAQ Fridays, why not do some sort of like Q&A for Friday's video?
Here we go.
That was so on point. If you guys don't know what a Snapchat Q&A is, I opened up my Snapchat. If you're not following me, you missed out. Go follow me for next time. Normally my Snapchat is private, but I opened it up to the public for about 2 hours. Like 25,000 people saw those snaps in 2 hours. So hopefully there's not 25,000 questions.
Oh my gosh.
So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I asked people to send me a video. I don't think we're gonna be able to get through all these. We're gonna get through as many as we can in the time that Addie is sleeping. So let's just go ahead and get started. We have to be open to answering all these questions honestly, okay?
Oh man.
Go get juicy. Okay.
You might have talked about this before, but how did you and Chris meet?
Okay, so we did talk about this before, but we'll go ahead and answer that again. How do we meet?
Online.
It's not a secret.
Hey Jess, how do you keep your love life together when you have so many kids? I can barely keep it together and I have a whole one.
Okay, so love life. I guess that can be interpreted several different ways. Love life. Honestly, we don't get very much time like with no kids other than like at night when they're sleeping, and even then it's not for very long. So I would say our love life or our sex life. Can we say that? It depends on how you define our love life. Okay, so our love life, like how do we stay happy with each other? I think having so many kids is like so stressful, and there's so many times where we'll get frustrated with each other when it's not even like each other's fault. So I'd say like my take on that part of it is to just like, sometimes we just need to laugh it off and just like, sometimes we'll look at each other and just start cracking up and be like, oh my god, we're freaking crazy. We're literally crazy.
You just gotta kind of like hit the reset button.
Yeah.
A couple times a day and just start at square one again.
So more in depth, I've had a lot of questions. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot more questions on this because I said to keep it juicy. So here's your juice. I just have to say, as far as like our love life after hours goes, people are like, ooh, how do you do anything when there's a baby in the bed? There's more places than just the bed. I mean, right?
Okay.
I don't think you're accepting that. I think he's blushing.
We own the whole house, not just the bedroom.
You know what? You just have to get creative sometimes, you know?
You might want to put like a disclaimer on this Q&A.
So I hope that answers that question. I'm not sure what you meant, but hopefully that answers your question.
Hey JesssFam, I just started my own YouTube channel. I was wondering how you went about getting subscribers because I seem to be struggling in that department and I don't know how to get my video out there.
That question's really hard to answer. I think nowadays, I started YouTube 8.5 years ago, 8 years ago. That was a long time ago. Back then there was not a lot of people.
That's like when YouTube started.
Yeah, it was like pretty much when YouTube started. And I think nowadays it's not impossible, but it is harder to kind of like get out there and get up there in terms of subscribers. My advice to you, I always tell people this, when it comes to your videos, you need to have good quality videos. Buy a camera, have good lighting, good natural lighting, I should say, because like right now we're sitting in front of windows. I think that always attracts people.
You have to be interesting.
Yes, and you have to be kind of fast paced. Sometimes, I don't know, so I think everybody has their own taste and it depends on your style of videos, but that would be my advice to anybody who's starting out on YouTube. Watch channels that are similar to yours. Also, comment on other people's videos. A lot of people get out there by seeing people's comments and they say, oh, like, who's this person? So I would recommend commenting on other people's channels as well, and good luck. And nowadays it's kind of, it sucks because a lot of it is just luck, I feel like. There's so much talent out there, so much talent that doesn't get recognized.
Go viral. That'll help.
Yeah, good luck. I have the weirdest videos go viral. Like my top viewed video as of last week has 10 million views, and it's called I Had to Do This. It's a year old, and it was like something that I never in a million years would have thought it went viral. So I mean, people try to make those viral videos and it just doesn't. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, ready?
What's up fam? We're wondering if you're ever gonna do a meet and greet. Put us on your vlog. Bye!
You're on my vlog! The answer to that question is yes. and pretty soon, I have done them in the past. This was like years and years and years and years ago, but I did used to do them, and I'm looking forward to doing some more as well. Are you ready? I think he's gonna be shy. He's gonna be like, he's just kind of like kept to himself. Yeah, okay, you're absolutely right. I literally have a pile sitting by the door of stuff from the P.O. box. For some reason, I don't know why. I told you guys that I would open stuff from the P.O. box on my Snapchat on Saturdays. So every time a Saturday comes around, I like gather all my stuff, I get ready, and then I get so busy, and then I feel bad opening it on a different day. So, okay, I pinky swear I'm gonna do it, okay? I'm gonna open all of it from the P.O. box tomorrow. I just have an ongoing pile, but I will not open it without posting it on Snapchat, I promise.
Hi, Jess and Chris. I just got engaged a couple weeks ago, so I guess my question for you guys would be, what would be your best piece of advice for someone going into marriage? Love you guys.
Well, congratulations. That's super exciting. Do you want to do this one?
Listening, listening, listening.
Sometimes you just need to shut up and listen. I think that's on both of our parts. I'm not just talking to you. I'm like,
not so much like, don't just like sit there and like listen to everything all the time, but I know a better word, communication.
Communication, yeah.
Is a big one. And
I feel like that's so cliche, but it's so true. Less of this sometimes and more of.
If you and Chris had a baby boy instead of Adeline, what would you have called him?
Oh my god, I love her accent. Oh, it's so pretty. We had a few different names. We talked about these
on the announcement.
Right, on our baby name announcement, because obviously we didn't know what we were having. We did announce a boy name in addition to a girl name, so I'll put that video down below. But the name for the boy that we had officially picked out was Jackson Scott.
Hi Jess, I'm Bianca, I'm from Brazil, and I really want to know how you feel about having thousands of people all over the world watching you. Can you say hi in Brazil, which is oi? Bye.
Oi, say it.
Oi.
Oi.
I think it's pretty neat that like we're relatable to other countries.
Yeah, it's like not even just, I get so many comments of people that are like in Australia, and then like she's from Brazil, like all over the world, and it's just fascinating how like, I feel like parenthood in general is so universal. And I personally love to hear like in the comments people be like, oh, like for example, I think it's in England, they call diapers nappies. It's so cute. I love hearing like how you say other things. I don't know, I just love it.
What's up, fam? If you could guess your children's occupations in the future, what would you guess for each kid?
Crap, I don't know, there's like so many things in the world. Start a big Caden.
I'm gonna say he's gonna be more of probably like an artist or something.
He is good, something like that, huh?
Yeah, he's really into
artistic. Drawing. Yeah, he is artistic. So Lilia, I think Lilia would do something like theater related. She always tells me she wants to be a singer when she grows up, so we'll see. What about Tommy?
As long as I can remember, has always had his little surfer hair. If it doesn't like turn into an actual career, it's definitely gonna be a strong hobby.
Surfing?
Yeah.
You think surfing will be? Really? I think if it was up to Tommy, he'd be a famous paintballer. Kyson. I think Kyson's gonna be a professional something sport related.
Yeah.
Like something. And maybe not like professional, but I think that's gonna be his goal, is to do something with sports, whether it be, maybe he'll be like a sports teacher or something in the long run, but yeah, a coach or something, but he's something active, hands down.
Caden's gonna like work for NASA. I swear.
That's a good one, yeah, I agree. Like, I was gonna say like a doctor or something, but that's something weird and like extremely smart.
Yeah.
What about Landon? That's a tough one. Landon is a tough kid to read.
Landon's like a hybrid between the twins.
Yeah, he really
could either
is.
be like super sporty or just be super smart. Like it's really,
He kind of got, I don't know if this is mean to say, he kind of got the best of both twins. He's kind of like the whole package. He's so shy, and I think that's something that's gonna stick with him long term. Like not something more like under the radar, you know? Behind the scenes. What about Addie?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I think her personality is just too
new.
It's too new. I don't know. We'll check back in 5 years. Port Dizzle.
What's up, fam? This question is for both of you guys, and that is, how has your sex life changed since Chris's vasectomy?
Do you think it's changed?
Nope.
If anything, I think it's gotten better, because we're not worried about like getting pregnant, you know? So it's like anytime, any place. You nervous, bro?
Hakuna Matata.
People are always wondering like if it feels different, if it looks different. It doesn't look any different at all. Does it feel different? No. So highly recommend it, I think. I mean, I wasn't the one that had to go through the procedure, but like, I think that was the best decision we ever made. If you could go back in time, like, would you have done it?
I'd do it again, yeah.
Yeah.
If you could relive one childhood memory with your kids, what memory would that be?
That's such a good question. It depends on if it's for me or if it's for them. Like for me, I would revisit every single day of like right after I had them. Like my first day with my babies, like I wish I could go back in time and relive that first day with them and just get to like have it last forever. You know, like you just met your baby. Like I think that would be mine.
I think I'll go ahead and pull the sensitive card and go back to just times that like spent with Kate and Tommy, like my dad and stuff.
Pinky la 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 la.
Hey guys, when are you guys gonna come out with merch?
I've been kind of putting this off, but I'm super excited. Merch is in the works, okay?
There's behind the scenes work.
It's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I need ideas though. Obviously I'm gonna come up with something that says, "What's up fam?"
We need designers.
I lack in that department. Stay tuned for that announcement.
What's up, fam? I have a question for Jess. What is Addie's next big move? Is she going to be in a room with Lilia, or will she be bumping with one of the brothers? I have been watching since Lilia was a baby. I think you had like 30,000 subscribers. I'm an OG. I'm an OG.
So I've had a lot of questions about this, like when Addie moves out of our bed, where is she gonna go? At this point we're thinking Lilia. Lilia's like begging on a daily basis, when can Addie sleep with me? So it seems like that's gonna be the best fit. Long term, we'll just have to see. I always say like, depending on the kids' personalities, they're probably gonna get moved around. So take each day by day. Kelsey Leia.
Hi Jess, my name is Kelsey. Did you have any weird pregnancy symptoms that made you think like, oh, I might be pregnant, like before you found out that you were, obviously? But yeah, I love you, thank you so much, bye.
That's a very good question, and I think I definitely did. Before I found out I was pregnant with like a lot of my kids, in fact, one of the reasons why I took a pregnancy test with Addie is because my gums start to bleed. Like when I floss and brush my teeth, they get so sensitive. So it's something that you don't really know of until like you've been through it. But for some reason, every time I get pregnant, my gums and my teeth bleed so easily. I think that's probably one of my first symptoms that I get. What about you? Just kidding. Well, she starts turning into a bitch.
Hi, I love your videos, and I was wondering if you guys have ever gotten any weird comments in public about the size of your family and how you respond / how you handle that.
Yeah.
Gotten a few. It's not
necessarily negative though.
Yeah, it's not criticism. It's like, wow, how do you do it?
Most of the time we get the looks. We get the every time. Like, I think because they're so small still, so people are like literally are.
The funny thing is when we go to the store and we have maybe like 2 or 3, and they're like, oh, how many kids do you guys have?
I think a lot of it is when we just have Addie and we go to the store like during the day when the kids are at school, and everybody, because I guess everybody always tells me I look young. I don't know if it's my hair or whatever, but we're like this, you know, we've got our little baby and people are like, oh, is she your first? And we're like, our 7th. And people, I don't think they believe us.
No, we say our last.
Our last. Most of the time I say she's our last. If I don't feel like sitting and making conversation, I'll just say our last. And then sometimes they'll be like, oh, how many do you have? But I try to just keep it at that. If I'm open to conversation, I'll be like, oh, she's our 7th. Because every time people say, oh my God, you have 7 kids. You look like you're 18. And I just say, oh, I started young.
Disclaimer, we are not going to be able to get through all of these.
Absolutely not.
What would yours and Chris's reaction be if any of your children turned out to be gay or lesbian?
I think we covered this in one of our recent videos. Well, we covered
kind of
being transgender.
Yeah.
I personally have 0 issue with like it would. I don't think it'd be hard for me to accept at all. Like nowadays, it's just like
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. What about you? Same. Yeah.
My name's Adelie Laurie, and I'm based out of Port Townsend, Washington. And I was wondering, have you ever thought about foster care or possibly adopting?
I don't know how he feels about it, but I've talked a little bit about it. I think I would like to at least foster kids, but I don't know. We have so many right now. It's hard to say. Like as of right now, I don't know. I would love to adopt. Like I would love to adopt. I don't know how he feels about it. Like I've always wanted to adopt. Like specifically, like I don't know if you can say this, but like I've always wanted to adopt from like Asia. I've always wanted to do that. So who knows if it'll happen or not, but all right, great. Take two.
Would you ever come to Scotland?
I think if we had the opportunity to go to Scotland, I think we definitely would.
So, how do you know where to draw the line between what to record and what not to record?
That is such a good question. That's really tough for me because I try to stay as realistic and relatable as possible. But over the years as well, things have changed. Like I used to just kind of do YouTube as a hobby. It was kind of a small community. Now it's not so small anymore. So I try not to record bath time, especially with the bigger kids. When it comes to the children, if they don't want to be recorded, like we don't record them. So it's kind of like up to them. I think discipline is another one where that one's really tough because I like to, like I said, like be relatable and show that there are struggles, but at the same time, YouTube is really tough now on parents showing discipline. So I've kind of cut that out, or not cut it out, but like kept it to a minimum, or maybe just talk about it instead of actually showing it. It's kind of just like the more private, personal things you keep private and personal. It's very situational.
Has Chris ever thought about adopting the boys since Drake isn't really in their life?
We've talked about this before on the videos. I think that would be ideal, but it's definitely not realistic. Drake is not completely absent in their life. He's about 98.9% absent. He comes around just enough for us to not take any legal action. So hopefully as time goes on, he'll step up as a parent or step out as a parent. That's what's frustrating, is that I wish he would be 100% in or 100% out, and it's just not like that. So to answer your question, that's probably not gonna happen.
Hi, Jess. My question is, do the boys ever get to see their half-sister Arabella? Love you so much.
That's a good question. If you guys don't know, the boys do have a half-sister from their father. They used to see her more, but now he and her mom are broken up, so they haven't seen her in a long time. Her mom and I do have plans to get them together, hopefully at some point, but she's really busy and I'm really busy, so I'm open to them having a relationship with her. It just hasn't really happened.
What's up, fam? My question is, does Sadie still make your guys' allergies flare up?
Honestly, as she's gotten older, I don't know if we've just gotten used to it or...
What, 10 years of not having a cat and then getting another one, just kind of like...
It like hit us all at once when we had a cat in the house, but now I think we've gotten used to, our bodies have gotten used to it. Megan Klein.
So my question is, do you and Chris see yourself moving in the future? Can you say hi?
Hi.
I want to say yes.
I say no. This is something that me and him have talked about. He doesn't see us living here forever, but I do. So we'll have to see as the kids grow up. We'll see how much they love or hate each other and see if we need a bigger house or not. You can always add on to this house too.
No. I see a house being built somewhere.
We'll see. Stay tuned. Subscribe. Turn notifications on.
Hey, Jess. Do you ever regret any of your past relationships?
I don't think I do, only because look what's come from them. If I could like not have the relationship and still have the same kids, then I would say yeah. Actually no, I take it back. I don't think I would. The only reason I am the way I am today is because of what I've been through, and I don't think I would ever change any of it because that's who I am today. What about you?
Everything happens for a reason.
So I know when you had Addie, you had a few complications, but do you think that you would ever consider being a surrogate instead of having any more children?
I considered that years ago, surrogacy. Now, I honestly probably shouldn't have even had Addie because it was too hard on my body. So I'm gonna have to say no, only because my life was put at risk having her. I've actually looked into like being an egg donor though. Like that I think would be cool. I love the idea of it, but with my body falling apart, it's just not hot. We couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Hey Jess, my name is Katie. I live in Orlando, Florida, and I actually work at Walt Disney World in Florida. Since you guys love going to Disneyland in California, I was wondering if you guys ever plan on coming to Walt Disney World in Florida.
I love her. She's so pretty. I would love to go to Walt Disney World. I don't know if that's ever gonna be possible with all the kids though. We'll see. We'll have to see, you know? I would in a heartbeat do that.
What is the most awkward thing about your ex and your husband being best friends?
That's a good question.
Wait, awkward for me or awkward for you?
Both. I don't know.
No.
What, is there something awkward for you?
No.
No? Okay. I don't really think it's too awkward for me either at this point. At first, it was just like, it wasn't ever awkward. I don't think. It was just like, okay, like we're trying to figure out how we can like all co-parent together, and then they got along really well and then kept hanging out. So I don't know. I don't really think there's I don't think it's awkward at all. I think once you're beyond the point of there being any feelings there, that it's not awkward anymore. Like I I like Gabe and all, but if he was the last man on earth, like there's no attraction there anymore. You know, I feel like that's, no, I feel like that's so mean. But like there just isn't, you know, we grew apart for a reason. There wasn't anything that bad that happened. We like grew up together and then we just like realized, okay, we don't want each other anymore. Janelle.
My question is for Chris. Chris, what is for dinner tonight? Love you guys.
Oh, Janelle, that's our best friend. That's my best friend. That's our best friend. We always call her his other wife because she's never gonna date and she's gonna be single forever. And so this is her husband. This is Janelle's husband. So that's a good question. I'll text you later.
All right, so let's revert to that like 3 questions before. We're moving to Utah. Huh?
Oh my god!
Actually.
He does have a little girlfriend at school. But you know what? PM me, slide into my DM, and we'll get you hooked up.
Have the kids said like any bad words in front of you guys? Or have you caught them saying any bad words?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Abso-frickin-lutely. Landon's laid the F-bomb a few times.
What the book?
Come
By
on.
the way, Landon has perfect context.
Oh, you used it appropriately as well. So after these several occasions where this happened, I think we really started watching our language. It hasn't happened in a long time, but like especially when they were littler, there was a lot of oopsies.
Hi Jess, what was your favorite subject in school?
Math. Weird, I know. I love math. What was yours?
When the bell rang at the end of the day.
Okay, this is gonna get real personal real quick.
How many nights a week do you and Chris have sex?
What do we say? Okay, I don't want to get like too, you know, screw it. I said I was gonna answer the question, just answer the fucking question. I'd say, what would you say?
No, you're answering it.
I'd say between 4 and 6 times a week. I don't think we're lacking in that department. Would you agree?
Oh yeah.
Okay, no complaints.
Because you live in California and marijuana has recently become recreationally legalized, I just wanted to know what you would do if your kids ever brought it up to you, if they ever had questions about it, what your stance is on it personally. Since I live in a state where it's not legal and I don't know, do you actually see dispensaries or open advertisements for marijuana?
Do you see dispensaries?
I haven't seen dispensaries, any. But I have seen open advertisements.
It's on a lot of commercials,
yeah,
but not necessarily like for selling. I'm also very naive on this subject. I've had so many people come on my videos thinking that I was high. Like, I think I'm just so happy. Like, I'm naturally just like a happy, upbeat person. People think that I smoke weed, and I swear I've never even tried it. Not even once. It's not for me. I don't do, like, I'll stick to my wine. Like, that'll make me happy. But that goes for both of us. Cause
yeah.
Have you tried it? We haven't tried it. So as far as our kids coming to us with it, I have no idea. That is one thing in my parenting life. I have no idea how I would handle that, especially now that it's legal.
We'll just have to maybe invite one of our law enforcement friends over to have a talk with them.
But it's legal.
Yeah, but
I think we're just gonna have to cross that bridge when we get there. Like, I don't know anything about it, honestly, so inform me.
What's up, fam? Out of all the kids, who do you think is more of like a mommy's boy or a mommy's girl?
Kyson, hands down. What about you? Who's the daddy's
Tommy.
kid? He's
Tommy.
Inseparable.
My question was about Chris's ex. I was wondering what your relationship was like.
I mean, question. I would say the relationship with my ex, I don't know, I mean, Kaden was kind of a surprise, and we just kind of stuck it out together. It was both our first kid.
Yeah.
You know, so we didn't really know anything about it, and we just kind of stuck it out for Kaden.
Yeah.
And just tried to, you know, make it work. We were like both kind of rebounding on each other.
Hey Jess, I was just wondering if you're planning on taking Lilia to a Taylor Swift concert, because I know she's touring this year, and that you mentioned she really wanted to see her in concert. Love you.
That is a very specific question.
What's up, fam? I am a long-time follower. When Lilia was little, what was the situation with Drake and Gabe?
They never got along. They never liked each other. And at the time, I think it was a lot of like immaturity on all parties, you know, we were all a lot younger, but they never, ever, ever, ever got along. And Gabe was very happy, as sad as it is, when knowing that we were no longer together. I don't really know why, I don't know. They just never got along. And it seems like from day one, you got along with Gabe, pretty much.
I want to know what your perspective is on dating and for the kids dating.
I don't want to be the parent who's like, you can never date, and then they just do it behind my back. I want to be open to it. I think each of the kids' maturity, they're all going to mature differently at different ages, and depending on everything, like how they are in school, how they are all together. Like, I don't think there's just gonna be like a blanket age or like a blanket time where I would like be okay with it. I think it's just gonna depend. Yeah. What about you?
Ditto, pretty much, yeah.
Hey Jess and Chris, what's up fam? I just got a question. What keeps your guys' marriage alive?
We have to keep each other a priority as much as everything else in our life. So it's a struggle sometimes, but I think we're doing okay. Battery. It's the second time our battery has died.
Does Lilia ever ask why the twins don't get picked up by Drake the way that she does by Gabe? Or do the twins ever ask why they don't get picked up and Lilia does? I love your fam. Bye.
They don't ask in the same way that I think people would assume that they ask. I don't think they really understand that Drake is their dad, honestly. Like, I know they get it, like they know. Landon, not so much, but the twins know that Drake is their dad. I don't think they understand what they're supposed to have with him, so I don't feel like they understand yet that they're missing out. I think as they get older, they will, but right now they're just like, why isn't Gabe taking me? Like, they just want to go with Gabe. They don't really care like, oh, like, why doesn't my dad want me? It's more so like, why don't I get to go where she goes?
Yeah. It's the fun factor part.
Right.
Love your channel, and if I could ask you any question, if this could be open, it would be, how long do you plan on YouTubing?
I have no freaking idea. I would love to. I think it's just gonna like so depend. It depends on how YouTube does in the future. You know, right now it's my full-time job. Like, to be completely honest, if it ever stopped paying, I would have to tone it down a lot because it is my full-time job, but that's just being real with you guys. Like, I enjoy doing it. I've always done it, and I don't think I'll ever stop in that sense, but as full-time as I am, like, I'll keep going as long as we can support our family with it. Like, that's kind of brutally honest, but yeah, it is, and I enjoy it, and I love it, and I've always loved video editing. It can be a lot, don't get me wrong, it's a lot to handle, but I truly, honestly enjoy it, so I would love to. It just depends. Well, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Our kids are out of school in about 30 minutes, and Addie is moving around. Looks like she's in makeup. I'm so surprised she slept this long. Like,
that was a good run.
It was a really good nap. So we're gonna wrap up this video. I know it's gonna be a long one. I hope you guys enjoyed all those questions. I'll definitely have to do it again. If your guys' question did not make it in this video, I did not even make it through half of the questions, but I feel like we got a good variety. So we're gonna wrap this up and then plan on doing it again for sure. Absolutely. Right? Was it fun?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Snapchat. Nobody Facebooks anymore. I don't know why I even say that. Nobody does Facebook. Follow us on Snapchat and Instagram, and we'll have those links down below, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday for our next video. Bye.